My name is Julia Moser. I'm from Austria and I took part in the Fashion Frontier program in 2023.
So first of all, I'd like to ask you what you learn or what you discover when you participate this Fashion Frontier program.
All right. Well, there is a lot of things that I've discovered. First of all, what I've learned is that there is other people, other designers, artists, curators that are trying to have a more of a wholesome approach to their ways. And I got some new insights also into fashion related topics that are many times also not very visible or not that accessible. But most of all, I think what I've learned and what I discovered was to get in contact with a very honest jury, where I felt that they could really see the essences of each person and also their projects, and I really felt that it was not something superficial that they guided us or the advices that we received, but it was really down to the core, and I found this very valuable.
This is very important to talk with the juries and also the finalists to talk each other and discover each other. Yeah, please tell us what is your most impact for you, the advice, most impact advice for you. Do you remember something like episode or message from the juries?
Yeah, I think one very important aspect was, and it should be very much about the why we are doing something,
right,
and about our own philosophy and our vision. And from this point, actually, it is leading to what we are creating and which techniques that we are using that is like telling this kind of story of this philosophy and this vision and the bigger impact that we want to have. And otherwise, the technique would just remain a technique, not leading anywhere and without any destination, and that can be applied by just any person. And I think this is something that is really important to keep always in mind in the things that you are doing. Why actually are you doing this from the beginning?
So please tell us what is about your design process or maybe inspirations also.
Particularly for this project, I have been working with living bacteria to dye the textiles. And this is actually following my own way of trying to find solutions for the textile dyeing industry, actually. And I think this is a very big aspect of natural pollution. And that's why I was occupying myself a lot with colors from the first place. And then like the last years, I have been working with bacteria to dye the textiles because it doesn't need a lot of water and no harmful chemicals.
Yeah.
But maybe to frame a little bit more the bigger picture of how I'm designing or what I'm interested in is, first of all, we somehow need to work on ourselves and to maybe find some connection to our surrounding and also to ourselves and to something higher than ourselves, maybe even to create some kind of a basis from which we can create. Because otherwise, I think what you are creating can never really reach some depth and always stays in a very superficial value if you're not working on yourself as well and understanding a bigger picture and all the relations that we are having. So this is maybe possible a very core of my whole design process, maybe. But also, I think when I'm designing, especially when it's coming to fashion, I'm always also asking myself, what are the materials that I'm working with, or what maybe can I reuse something? There's already so many things out there. Like, do I want to create just another piece of fashion, or can it have some bigger impact somehow? And maybe to think of the whole cycle itself and all the different aspects that are incorporated in the process, but also from the materials already from the beginning, and then also asking yourself, like, what is the impact this material is having on the nature, the wearer, the workers, and trying to be mindful in all the different steps of the creation. And I think all from the design aspect itself, it's very much deciding on all the future steps. Like if you have you somehow need to think already from the design part, all the following steps that are being done during the process somehow. there you can already make a big change, I think.
I think it's your work was, yeah, the technique-wise is very new, but at the same time, it's not only the new technique, but also same times it's very beautiful dresses, and it's together with the human body. It was very beautiful colors, white textile becoming like a blue colors and gradationally, and all the jewelries was very recognized. It's not only about technique, it's already there are new beautiness on your design. So, but this is a very important point of view because there sometimes too much focusing on the technique and forget about shapes or beautiness or etc. So, how you describe your technique together with the, beautiness on the human body, how you find this balances.
Yeah, I think it's very the shape and the aesthetics is something you should not forget about the whole process, because many times maybe the ideas behind it is beautiful, but then in the end you don't really want to wear it, and then it is again something that you might not use in the end. For me, many times also the shapes somehow are evolving in the making also. Like I really many times I'm starting maybe with a drawing, but then during the process and through what the material is speaking to me, and also the body, then somehow the design might change again, or might be adapted, or just comes to life. And I mean, from this piece of fashion, it was also trying to tell the story of the water also, and to integrate this, and also to incorporate like the different shapes the bacteria are creating. And I was focusing not only on the bacteria that were coloring the textile, but also on other bacteria that I'm growing, which have very interesting shapes. And actually they inspired me also to heat treat the fabric like this, and to recreate those shapes in a way. And this again very much talked about the water and the waves in a way. And yeah, I somehow tried also to tell the story of the water that I'm trying to save, or trying to help during the process also.
I really also like your styling during the photo shooting, because the way of the choosing the models, makeup, and especially shoes, stone shoes, was all the relating with your story behind design. Everything is relating each other and create one kind of union and one word. So, what is your point when you think about styling?
I personally always appreciate if all the accessories and everything is like following the whole picture and not just serving as an add-on. And I remember the situation when we were asked also to create shoes, or like to give accessory and so on. First, I felt some kind of resistance, because I didn't see some normal shoes to be added, for instance, this garment. And also, I feel like the moment where you can have the most connection to nature is actually if you just walk barefoot on different grounds.
Yeah.
And that's why I decided also to give those stones, and because also the waters and the stones have also many times like a deep connection and relationship. And I felt it's very much going along with the story that I want to tell, and that people should reconnect with the nature. And if you can be in connection with nature, then you will also want to preserve it. And then it's easy maybe to find solutions for preserving something that you love, no?
So, what is your next challenge or next step?
Well, I have been working in many different directions also after this program. Yeah, I have been doing, for instance, like costumes for film production, or I'm giving a lecture on designing with a living, where I'm teaching the students at the art university of how to work with other living beings in a responsible way, for instance, or workshops on bacteria dyeing and using natural colors, for instance, and then like being involved in exhibitions. But I think personally, the topic that is most relevant now, and maybe for the coming year of the Fashion Frontier program for me, is also how somehow to incorporate or like to connect all those different topics that I'm working on and my interests in different fields. And now I'm also searching, or like I'm formulating my PhD topic, and to really make it also more concrete, and how to build all of that together, and where does the fashion play a role in all these bigger contexts for my own projects and works.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see your next projects at the end of this year. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.